Let's see what AI Ready can do. Essentially, we can use this technology to create any AI type activity that you need for your students. For example, we can build an Ask an Expert kind of activity, and the user interface, the look and feel can be very different depending on your organization. And the student can ask any question here, right, that they need to know about the topic, whatever the topic here is. And what we do is we send this information to ChatGPT and give the answer back. So the student can immediately get answer to their question while they are in the LMS and going through the content or standalone activity. This can be done in any language, including French. Similarly, we could create a role play sort of exercise where the student plays a role and ChatGPT responds as something else. In this case, this is an example of a customer service training, but this could as well be digital fluency training. This could as well be interviewing skills, right? And it really is dependent on how you want to use this technology in your course, and we can create it accordingly. So you see ChatGPT responds, and now the student can respond in whichever way. And the beautiful thing here is that we are letting the student respond and naturally whichever way they want. They don't only have to pick from a multiple choice option or something. Let's try something else. We can have AI generate a random question on a topic and give feedback on user response. So not just answering, but also asking questions. So let's talk about high school science, generate my question, and then, it randomly generates a question that we can then answer. I don't fully remember this a little bit. Not sure about the next one. I'm going to say not sure, right? And again, I'm going to send this question back to ChatGPT and get its response around it, right? And it gives me, much like an instructor, a very specific answer. We saw these three. Let's try compare with policy, in which we can send a policy to ChatGPT, and then it can give analyze the answer in connection with the policy. So this could be great, say, for your academic integrity lessons, where you can say, would you do this? And depending on the policy, the ChatGPT will respond and reference the policy. So let's say here we say no, I will fire her, right? Now, it's not that we just ChatGPT is responding to generally. It can also connect to what the policy is and then answer accordingly. So in this case, it is telling that the company policy requires employees to work at least 3 times a week. Firing should only be considered as a last resort. You should, all this is coming from the policy that we shared with ChatGPT and with the student. We could also use this wonderfully to assess progress and competency skills before and after kind of thing, where we ask students to sort of self-assess themselves, perhaps at the start of a course, and after the course, we ask them to, again, self-assess themselves, right? And then what we can do is we can send these scores, and they can be quiz scores, they can be test scores as well, not only self-assessment scores. You can send those to AI Ready and ChatGPT and put together a report which is extremely custom and explanatory. And this is a great thing for a student to have, because now, this explains their progress, what they can do, what are the next steps, and they can download it, and this becomes extremely helpful to them. Infinite scenario is an example where we could create any kind of scenarios, and based on learner's response, the scenario can keep on going. We can, let's not worry about it, right? And I can do a little bit of spelling mistakes and everything, and ChatGPT sort of is forgiving around that when needed. And based on the response, we'll show either a negative feedback here. In this case, the girl is upset about it, but had we said something nice, she would have been happy. And that way we can control and create infinite scenarios from one slide, really. One thing that can be very, very helpful, especially to take off instructor load, is grading. And this is where, based on your rubric, we can actually grade open text answers. This could be rubric, this could be essay type questions, this could be short paragraphs. So many spelling errors. Right? So based on the rubric, we'll send this email to ChatGPT and have it graded. And it will grade and give points. And this is bid as a formative exercise, as a practice exercise. And you see that the student got 5 out of 20. And we can have this go in your LMS as well. So this can be in your grade book as a SCORM package. In addition, there are two other activities that we offer, which has a different pricing tier, but this is where we can actually send a whole document to ChatGPT and reference it. For example, in this case, we reference a complete Sony headphone manual, and you can ask any question on the manual, from the manual, and this will pull out that answer from that whole document. This could be a 100-page document as well. Something like, right? And this, those queries, the AI checks the whole manual. So it's not checking its own internal information. It's only checking from what is provided in the manual. So this is an add-on feature, which is great because this can be used in many ways for specific documentation. In higher education, for example, there could be a course outline, right? And it's a 14-page course outline in this case. And, we all know that students do not remember what's in there and they keep asking questions. It can be such a time solver because now if I ask, when is the final assignment due? Now, this is a question I couldn't ask general ChatGPT because, this is a question very specific to this course and the answer is only provided in that document. But now that we can send this along with the document, we can get very specific answers. So different examples of what AI Ready can do for you and how you can use it in your institution. If you have questions, please reach out to us. We're happy to share what we know and help you get to the answers.